Welcome everyone. Welcome to tonight's Stuzi and Fox Show. Just checking the music is working. Yep. I hope everybody is well. So just bear with me a moment. I want to share my stream about. There we go. Share to groups. That one. I've got to retweet this. Oh no, I can't find it. There it is. Right. Okay, so it looks like we're good to go. Welcome everyone. Sorry for the delay. Make that image full screen. There we go. Right, so we're going to get to painting. As you can see, I have already done some done plenty of work on this livery. The Carnage vinyl on the side is finished, and I know what I want to do with the rest of the car, and this is the image I'm going to be working on tonight, trying to make that look good. Hey Car Power, welcome to the stream, man. It's good to see you. How you doing? Platinum, welcome, man. Thanks for stopping by, guys. So this is what we're doing today. Painting Venom wrapped in Carnage. Venom wrapped in Carnage. Pretty good title. We're going to start off with the most interesting part, which is his eyes. Simplest to do as well. And by putting this in, it's going to create some cool texture. It does, doesn't it? Venom wrapped in Carnage. Welcome, Rob. So, my dad, no, my dad is an engineer. Playing baseball? I'm not sure I'm following you there, Car Power. But it could just be me being dense. So I don't know if we're going to have any guest appearances today. Nobody said anything. So we'll see what happens. But it is good to be here with you guys, streaming once again for the Stuzi and Fox Show with 100% less Fox. Don't have a... Right. I was just wondering why you were insulting me there. Yeah, I know. The Major League Baseball show. Stuzi and Fox Show was here first. I think we started in 2017. But I've been streaming since 2014. So how has everybody's week been? We've not had any Formula 1 this weekend. and I think we discussed Monaco last time. Got Azerbaijan next, Baku. Usually an exciting race, but that doesn't mean it will be. Let's see what happens. If you've got any predictions, please put them in chat and we can discuss them. All views are welcome when discussing Formula 1, unless you're a Mazepin fan, and then you can get out. So these eyes aren't just black and white, there's a tinge of colour to them. But where you put the colour affects how much of it shines through. So I just want a hint of it. I'm hoping Verstappen with another win, because it keeps the championship spicy for us. And obviously people around here are aware that I'm not the biggest Lewis Hamilton fan. So anybody that's beating him is generally alright in my book, unless your name's Nico Rosberg. I think 2016 was generally the only season where, out of the drivers that were racing for the championship, I wanted Lewis Hamilton to win. That would be good. A Lando win would be good. Like, McLaren have been doing really well this year. I'm really happy for them as a team, even though they are, as far as I'm concerned, considered the old enemy. It's good to see them doing well because they're such a likable team at the moment. They're not the stuck-up team that they were when Ron Dennis was in charge, and I don't know if that's helping them or hurting them, but it's clearly winning them more fans. You know? Trying to out Red Bull by being the youth team. But Ferrari's social media stuff is embarrassingly bad. Yeah, the more relaxed atmosphere and yeah, it's a good McLaren to have at the moment. Although I still think it was stupid to ditch Honda when they did, after the years of pain that they suffered. Welcome Connor, it's good to see you, man. No, not quite, I wasn't that on. I mean, I was gutted, but there was no shouting at TV or anything. I didn't find out that he wasn't racing until like 10 minutes before the race started. So I've had a busy and eventful week, not all good. I got my jab on Thursday last week. I got my first vaccine. Was pretty happy about that. I didn't get very much in the way of side effects. I was a bit tired. Even more so when I went back to work. And a sore arm, but other than that I was fine. Good luck for getting your second one, man. I hope it's not rough. My dad's got his second one coming up soon, and his first one really took it out of him. But yeah, I was fine, mostly. Again, a sore arm, but that was to be expected, and a bit of tiredness, but that was because I sleep on my left side. It was my left side that received the injection, and so it made it difficult to sleep. Well, I've had a bit of a letdown this week as well. I was hoping to visit some family this week, and thanks to work, one person at work, it wasn't possible, which was a great shame. So the eyes on this are both the same, so the shading for it should work both ways. Yeah, I haven't seen my family down in England since October 2019, and yeah, I only needed 2 days off, and it wasn't given to me. It's a shame because I see other people with extra days off, but not me. Sub, welcome to the stream, man. Welcome to the stream. It's great to see you here as well. Got Card Power in. We've got Platinum watching on Facebook. I'm not painting Lewis Hamilton. I've just seen you comment Platinum. No, I will not paint Lewis Hamilton. If you want to pay me, I tell you what, right? I've just started a Patreon page this week. I've had it for a few years, but I've never actually officially launched the page, like finished setting up and launched the page. And I did that this week. And my subscription model is going to come with my own subscribers area on the PTG Discord, as well as access to my unicorn liveries and things like that, right? If you want me to paint Lewis Hamilton, you need to subscribe at £100 a month so that I can reduce my hours at work and spend more time painting. Hey Toasty, welcome man. I hope you're having a good day at work. Platinum, Toasty says cookie. In capital letters. So I think he might be really angry or really happy. I'm not sure. I'm glad to hear that the kid's doing better, Toasty. So there's going to be a lot of just putting in the details on this, and Venom's quite muscly, and as a result of that, it means that like lots of random bits catch the light. So that it's not a uniform, oh well this area is this and this area is just black and blah blah blah. It's mostly hints and little spots of light. Sorry to hear that, but at least he's on the mend, that's good. So this week has it's been not too bad. I have managed to paint some liveries. So we've got the Toro Le Mans coming up for the team, and I think we've got what 4 entries into Le Mans. And I've done the two prototypes, the Peugeot. Both of those are painted, and my patrons have had an exclusive look at one of the liveries that I created for the team. That'll be revealed closer to the date. And if you're a fan of me, my work, or just some cool cars, you should definitely check out the Forza stream, the Forza McLaren stream, later this week, Friday, 7 o'clock UK. I cannot stop yawning tonight. Because I had Friday off to recover from my job, it meant instead of being off today, I was working. Thank you, Toasty. Appreciate that, man. Your car's where Stuzi be. Thank you, sub. Appreciate that, man. I've never seen someone put it like that. But yes, this Friday, the Forza McLaren stream. Definitely worth checking out. This shape is probably going to do most of this image for me, I think. Because it's not uniformly straight and it's like jagged edges and stuff. I think it's going to work quite well. Because it's a gradient shape, where it overlaps, it will increase the strength of its colour. Bloody hell. Oh, and we have had a new member of the family join this week. And on Monday, a new cat arrived in the house. 2 years old, her name is Quinn, and she is incredibly timid and shy. But she has a nasty habit of, like, if you are walking, say, down the stairs, she will be sat halfway down the stairs, right? But because you're walking down the stairs, she will panic and want to run away. So she will run a bit more down the stairs, not realizing that that's the way you're going, right? So she'll then run to the bottom of the stairs. You see a pattern building. She has a nasty habit of running away in the direction that you're heading. So for her, it must feel like she's being chased all the time by us. But it's not. It's just because when she runs, she always runs in the wrong direction. She's only been here like 2 days. This is only like her second full day here. But my wife we've been trying to get her a kitten for a little while, a cat for a little while. And yeah, we finally managed, so that's good. So, Shem, your news. How has your week been? Have you got anything interesting? Have you done anything cool? Have you spent your time keeping yourself safe in the house, or have you been exploring the outside world? Gonna make that a bit brighter. So the more detail I can put in with this shape, instead of shading, the less layers it's going to take, which means I can fit more detail in. In other news this week, I have not yet won the lottery. But it is approximately 5 weeks until the Goodwood Festival of Speed, where myself and several other PTG members will be heading for a few days. Barbecue, beers and supercars. We're even going to be making some ox cheek barbacoa, pulled ox cheek I think it is called. But anyway, some ox cheek tacos, chipotle and lime. It's going to be really good. Do you know what? You can buy helicopters. Like there's a helicopter area where you can buy helicopters. and speedboats. It's that type of place. But then, like, the last thing I did before I left was sit at a picnic bench and just try and soak in what was going on around me, only to be rudely disturbed by the Zonda R being repeatedly revved up really high. I mean, these people have no consideration. And if you don't understand how disruptive that could be, there is a video on my YouTube channel of that very moment. But yes, there's plenty of areas where regular riffraff like me aren't allowed in, and you could pay a lot of money. Like, you can have them make their own hamper, like for you to have your own little posh picnic while you're at the Festival of Speed. Now, I don't know how much that costs, but can you imagine? It's not going to be cheap. But it will be a lot of fun. Yeah, maybe. I saw Chris Hoy wreck there was one of one super cool Nismo GTR. I can't remember exactly what model it was in the UK, and Chris Hoy stuffed it in the hay bales. That was funny. Mate, that doesn't mean that your week's been boring. Taking pleasure in the little things is how you get the most enjoyment out of life, says the person who's moving little tiny shapes around on the screen so that other people can wear those shapes on their car. But yes, I will be revealing a new livery on Friday, so make sure you're about for that. Right, just because they're old doesn't mean they're not still cool. Clint Eastwood had his 91st birthday the other day. "7 p.m. You'll take 4 picnics. Good luck with that, mate. Good luck. Do you know what? Let's see. We'll take a momentary break from what we're doing. Good. What? Right. Menu. Festival speed. Lotus are doing the big statue in front of the main house this year. Should be cool. Huh. Can't find this section. Might be on the buy tickets bit. Sorry, I'll just be a minute. I'm just trying to find the price. Flight experience. Farmer, butcher, chef. Nope, that's not it. Event program, bar and grill. Hampers, here we go. Delicately packaged in an antique willow hamper with tan leather straps. Each hamper will include pre-lunch nibbles, starters, lunch puddings, cheeses, and a bottle of Whispering Angel wine. Hamper serves 2 people, and you can upgrade to the bottle of some posh champagne. How much is it? For that, £222 each. So £444. Do you know what, Riri? That is a fair comment to make about Lotus. But yes, they are still making cars. They are supposed to be unveiling something called the Elmira at Goodwood. So it'll be its dynamic debut. So, excuse me, sorry. And the Evira, which is their 2,000 horsepower electric supercar thing, hypercar. That'll be there too. I'm hoping Aston Martin has a Valkyrie there, because last time they didn't. Even though they had the full display of all the Zagato cars, you know, the estate one, the shoot and brake one, sorry, and then you've got the Roadster, and then the Speedster, and then the Coupe. Basically the prettiest car in Forza. But they had all of them, but they didn't have the Valkyrie, which for me was odd. Looking forward to seeing the McLaren Artura, because I quite like that. I think it's quite handsome. Glickenhaus, who are a company that specialise in making race cars, and will be fighting at Le Mans in the hypercar class. They will be bringing their proper Le Mans cars, their prototypes. That'll be cool. Yeah, I think we might be. Well, see, when we were at Goodwood in 2019, the end of the day, the prices started going further up to the point where they were charging £3 each for a bottle of water. On a very hot day, that was not nice. When they was started off at £2, then they started charging them at £3.50. 4 cans of Coca-Cola were 12 quid. It's not a cheap place. We took peanut butter sandwiches for lunch because we couldn't afford a hamper. Yeah, well, that's heavy both metaphorically and literally, yes. Bloody continental Americans. But yes, Lotus are the like the host, the guest host for the Festival of Speed this year. When we went in 2019, it was Aston Martin that were a beautiful display of cars, including the DBR1 and some really rare stuff. Infernus, how you doing, man? It's good to see you here. In Monopoly money, in US dollars, that would probably be about $6 for a bottle of water. $5.50 or something. I don't know what it is in Canadians. $100 French guineas. Yeah, and like I say, that was them putting the prices up as the day went on. You know, like it's 4:30, 5 o'clock, closes in an hour or so. I am painting Venom as part of my Carnage livery. So this image is actually the main movie poster, and it's from inside Carnage's mouth, which is why we're looking at Venom in the pose that he's in. You'll see it better when it's on the car, but like you're looking through the teeth. £4.25 US. Thank you, sub. It's good to see Infernus here as well. He's here representing FTC, a fantastic bunch of guys. If you have any interest in racing on FM7, these guys are helping keeping what is essentially a very old game now alive, and it's a lot of fun. We just finished at Le Mans. We had Le Mans on Saturday. I didn't stream it because I was still under the effects of my vaccine, and I was quite tired. I'd been at work as well, so I didn't want the hassle of having to stream as well. But I finished 6th at Le Mans. My Ferrari, tuned by PTG Knuckles, was eventually devastating down the straights. It was not the best in the corners. The Porsche curves are really I would lose a lot of ground in. And it took me a while to get to my top speed, but my top speed was about 10 miles an hour faster than everybody else's. So if I was even slightly close to you on the Mulsanne with no chicanes, then I'd be way past you by the time we hit. Is it Carnage at the bottom of the Mulsanne? Yeah, but in considering a lot of us, right, are still playing a game that came out in 2017. Was Forza 7, wasn't it? 2018 was Horizon 4. 2017 was nearly 5 years ago. The launch of Forza 7 must have been nearly 5 years ago. No, it can't be that long. Tell you, Knuckles is a brilliant tuner. Set me up for Spa. I haven't managed to do any testing for it yet, but he set me up for Spa, which is the next race this Saturday. And I'm still, very surprisingly, still 3rd in the series. So if you're been paying attention to what I've been doing, the shadow and stuff and the lights we're seeing on the head, on the body, or its skin, is now starting to come into effect. You can see that it's mottled. It's made up of different bits. No, lots of things are actually mottled. human skin and stuff, but it's a bit more pronounced. $2017. Yeah, so it'd be 5 years ago this September, this October or something, would it? 4 years ago. I still enjoy it. I'm not saying I don't. That's where I primarily race, and if importing was still a thing for us peasants with an Xbox One X, then I'd still be painting on Forza 7 on the Stuzi and Fox Show. It's only because I can't import that I'm painting on Horizon 4. But as I said, I still enjoy it. So you can bring your work from. I can demonstrate the problem. You can bring your work from previous Forzas over into this game, your vinyl work and liveries and stuff. But when the Series X was released and the updates were released for Horizon 4 to cope with the Series X, it turned off the feature basically for the Xbox One series. So yeah, so as you can see, these are my Horizon 4 vinyls, right? And if I press skip to Forza 7, which is not doing, the only vinyls it will show me are still my Forza Horizon 4 vinyls and not my Forza 7 ones. See? Now, previously it would show you this like this when you first skip to the previous game, but then they would load and it would show you your vinyls and then you could import them. But not anymore. It only shows you the vinyls of your Horizon 4 catalog, even when you skip to different games. Now syncing, still only Horizon 4 vinyls. Hey Noki, welcome to the stream. So this should help you see how I plan to position Venom on the car. Group that up so it's not in the way. I hope you had a good day at work, man. Mine wasn't too bad. Just wish some of the people were a little less hassly, you know. So I'm gonna play. No, I can't do that. I moved it. Right. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking for. If I make it nice and big, it looks a bit. I'm gonna exit without saving so that I can get the other one in scale. I'm sorry to hear that, man. What is it you do, Noki? Noki. So I've left the other one on there just now so that we can get a good scale for what size it's supposed to be. So I think it's supposed to be that big. I think that's about right. His background would be black. It's just that I left it grey so that I could see the difference between his head and his body a little better. And also when I have finished the paint, I'm going to layer cut mask the vinyls that make up Carnage's tentacles, so that we've got the nice red shining through from the paint underneath. Well, aren't you a show off, Mr. BV? If you can give me a job, I will take one. I don't need a lot of money. If you can get me $700 a month paycheck. No, actually £700 a month. $700 is less than that. So I'd be looking at about $1,000 a month, and I could give up most of my work and just do Forza. You guys would have so many liveries to play with. You work in production at Swissbit. Cool, man. That's cool. I am a chef at a restaurant. Trying to match the tongue, but actually it's made up of loads of different colours. It'd be hard to match it up as one. So it is kind of that colour. Yeah, that's quite good actually. Pretty close to where I need it to be. Yep, happy with that. Teeth on Venom and Carnage are rarely white. And we'll get on with putting the light and the highlights in the head. And the thing is, some of these highlights, I can see them perfectly well, but you're going to be able to see them less on that screen, and also they're going to be able to see even less on the car. So I've got to make sure that they're bright enough, as well as fitting with the picture. You can't just leave them as big white blobs, because then that totally breaks the illusion of what you're doing. And I've got a cool idea. It's not an original idea. I'm borrowing it off. I'm inspired by someone else's work, but I know what I'm doing on the rest of the red part of the car. So yeah, I think this is going to look really good when it's done. I'm excited for it. But it's gone together pretty quick. I'm only on, technically this is week 3 of the Stuzi and Fox Show that I've been working on it, but given my Mortal Kombat livery was like 7 weeks, 3 weeks to be working on my second image is pretty good actually for me. Talking of Mortal Kombat liveries, some of you may have seen Ice Rabbit Design, who we had last week on the show, her awesome Scorpion GTR that she shared, the Mercedes GTR, not the Nissan GTR, that she shared. It's really cool. Stay tuned for a really cool photo shoot with my livery, her livery, and maybe a surprise third livery coming soon. No. But Reptile was one of my favourite characters. Mortal Kombat 2. No, but there is someone else who was thinking about finish him. Someone else who was thinking about maybe contributing. Yeah, he does. He is exactly the same, except he's green. I mean, if he was in a movie, there might be some differences in his mask or something, but generally, in the old style ninja style, he's exactly the same. I don't think so. Sub? Yes, a trilogy of cars. Yeah, you're right. If I can do the whole of his shading in his body like this, it's going to really reduce the amount of layers that I need. Hands up if you have seen the Mortal Kombat film yet. It was quite enjoyable. If you like that kind of thing. Seen bits of it. Is that what you call watching the trailer? I am thoroughly looking forward to Venom 2. I enjoyed the first one. I'm a big Venom fan. I've got a Venom tattoo just on my left shoulder. So a new Venom film is quite exciting for me. I need to do a little bit of finishing work just above his teeth. Not in this one, I don't think. But I don't know. I haven't seen anybody mention anything about it being this film that Spider-Man is in. Apologies, sorry, that just caught there. No, I haven't seen anybody say that it is this film that is going to involve Spider-Man, but I have seen comments made saying that an article is written saying that Venom will join, or Spider-Man will join the I'm talking rubbish. They'll join the MCU. I don't know if Spider-Man's actually in this one, but I've heard that they will join the MCU at some point. There'll be a crossover. But yes, it does make sense if Spider-Man was in this one, because basically neither Venom nor Spider-Man is enough to bring down Carnage on their own. And that is kind of how Venom ends up being a good guy, is because Carnage is way worse and he has to stop him. So he's still Spider-Man's enemy, but he's also Carnage's enemy. Yeah, everyone's going to be giving that off as a rumour. It's going to sell more tickets, is it? Yes, so in the next Spider-Man film, we're being told that all the Spider-Mans, because it's a multiverse thing, film, that all the Spider-Mans will be there. If you follow Spider-Man at all, you might be aware that Madam Web, appropriately named, helped Spider-Man discover that basically he's not the only Spider-Man in the universe. Well, he is. He's just there's more than one universe, and they're all different versions. But until we get to the point where Mary Jane figures out that she's a clone made of water, I think we're still good. I have seen that, yeah, and it was a good film. Yes, but I've also seen comments made saying that, what's his face? Tobey Maguire isn't in it. After loads of press about them all being together, I then saw comments saying Tobey Maguire isn't in it. So I don't know what to believe, to be honest. I'll just wait and see what happens when it comes out. No, for this paint, that shape isn't going to work in that colour. I need more of this irregular shape that I was using. Yeah, that. No worries. Good. Good to know then. Not the colour I want. I think that's the colour I want. You're like, they're the same colours, but they're not. So I do want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. As always, it's a great pleasure. I know this isn't the most exciting stream to watch. If you've got any tips or suggestions or stuff you'd like to see on the Stuzi and Fox Show, then feel free to leave comments. Obviously, please be realistic. Like, I can't be broadcasting the Stuzi and Fox Show live from the launch pad at Cape Canaveral, you know. Plus, this will only be you guys watching anyway. Fly 3,000 miles, set up in the middle of NASA, and still the only people that watch are the people that were already watching in the first place. My most loyal friends and followers. Hot tub stream. Well, it's all about we need Matt, and we need to raise money because I'm not doing it for free. It's £500 each needs to be raised, and it's for me and Matt. I need a picnic camper. That's what I'm raising the money for, so that I can order a picnic camper. Well, we're raising money so that we can get paid to do a hot tub paint stream. Although what would be cool is like FTC or someone doing, or PTG doing their entire Le Mans stream, like their stints from inside a hot tub. Damn it, I wish I had a hot tub now. Plus, we gotta rent a hot tub. So I need the money up in advance so that I can rent a hot tub. A paddling pool with the warm water tap switched on. A hairdryer blowing the surface or something. I've been in a couple of hot tubs. Some are just warm, others are a bit warmer. But it's fun. Although it does get a bit, after like half an hour, you are a bit like, well, I'm kind of sitting outside in the cold. Yes, I'm nice and warm, but only from like the chest down. And after you've been outside for a little while, what is it to do? No. It's a good place to hang out for like half an hour. Same hot tub. Matt lives in Bristol, and I live in Scotland, and there is several hundred miles between us. Toasty, drive safe, man. Take care. Yeah, that's the thing. The only thing to do in a hot tub is to drink. I had some Prosecco last time I was in a hot tub, and like it went down the wrong tube and nearly died choking. Needed a drink to stop it, but all I had was more Prosecco or hot tub water, so I just didn't drink anything. But it wasn't the most fun. You know, when you cough while you're drinking something to the point where you're almost sick, and the only thing you can do to stop yourself from being sick is drink. But the only thing I had to drink was the thing that made me feel sick. Right, okay, so we'll rent Sergio's from him, from Matt, and I just need to find someone in Scotland who's going to rent me a hot tub. Speaking of Scotland as well, and finding things to a degree, if anybody needs a jet ski, let me know, because I do know a guy who sells them. See if we can take a blow up hot tub to the campsite in Chichester for Goodwood. Just a load of PTG guys hanging out in the hot tub, specifically by a plot, just so we can have a hot tub sat there plugged into the mains. I think that is all I can put into the top half of his face without going into his teeth. Save layer group, please. Looking not bad. I'm off tomorrow, so I'll try and get a load of painting done on this. That's helpful, is it? It says 1. So just reduce that down. Turn it till it says 270 approximately. Because while 270 is it perfectly straight, that might not necessarily be the position I want it in. See, look, his head is tilted and stuff. I want him big enough that the vent doesn't really make too much difference about it going over the eyes. I think that's the size. What's that? 33. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right size or not. Save to the car. Has the music stopped? I think the music has stopped, hasn't it? Let me see if I can fix that. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Thank you for waiting. Still doesn't look like it's sitting right. Doesn't really matter because it'll be changed and fixed by the time it's properly finished, but it still doesn't look like it's sitting right. Do you know what? We've often joked about the fact that people who come in and chat on the stream are actually watching paint dry, yeah. Well, thank you for that. I've never been called more entertaining than the England football team before. Is that level any better for the music? Hopefully you guys can hear it now. New category: pools, hot tubs, and Forza. That works for me. No, that's true. You're not technically saying that I'm boring, but you are literally watching paint dry. Almost literally watching paint dry. What did you do last night? Oh, I watched this streamer. Oh yeah, does he do anything interesting? Not really. Put the outline over his bottom jaw. But I don't know where I put it. It's attached to that. Do you know what? I'm going to keep it that colour and then try and be a smart rear end and cover it. So instead of shading the light, I'm shading the black, if that makes sense. That is true. That is true. I've never heard it put like that, but it is a true thing. You know what? I've never claimed to be the most entertaining stream. That's not why I do it. I do it to help, to inform, to hang out with you guys. Because, again, it's eased off these days, but you have no idea how many messages I used to get just asking me how I did it. Which is what then led to me streaming. In fairness, you know how we've joked about my influence over FTC? Your driven to inspire motto, tagline, was me as well. I definitely had some influence on that comment, on that tagline. So I'm really looking forward to racing at Spa this weekend. My qualifying isn't great, but my race performance tends to be a bit better. I mean, I finished 6th on the Nürburgring. I think it's the car and Knuckles. I think that's what it is. Hey Phil, good to see you, man. So by using this jagged shape to cover some of that line, it'll make it look like it's highlighted in places, but in shadow in others. In fact, I'm quite happy with how that went. Instead of having to go around the whole outline of his jaw, what I did was just covered up some of the outline. And it worked perfectly. And that is how I paint on Forza. I try something and it works perfectly. And then that's also why when it doesn't work perfectly I start to lose my cool, because that doesn't happen. What do I do now? It's not worked. Help. How old will your youngest be? Are they old enough to be thrown out yet? Because like my youngest will be 18 next year. I rarely delete my work. I tend to either find a way around it or just ignore it forever. But again, I've discussed this before. It really gets to me, like physically irritates me when I can see that something doesn't look right. I start to get a bit uncomfortable, and then it actually, you could feel the irritation and the anger building up inside, uncomfortableness building up inside. It's crazy. I don't enjoy it, but it happens. Yeah, not long left, believe me, man. Not long left. I've lost what I'm doing. I'm gonna put some of this over here. But yep, I've got plenty of vinyls. You won't be able to see them on this game, but plenty of vinyls. Do you know what, Carb? That is one of the most true statements I've ever heard someone say or seen someone write. I try really hard to be a nice person. It doesn't always work. My problem is I'm quite vengeful as well. It is said that there is a reason why me and Stereo Jax get along so well, and it's not because we're both called Stuart. So this shape will also do for shading in teeth, because again it'll give me uneven shading and mottling and surfacing. Stuart's inquiry. Nobody ever listens to the Stuart's inquiry though. That's probably a good thing though. I discussed before on the stream a long time ago now actually that if I was, it's a good thing that I am not fully in charge of PTG, otherwise there would probably not be a PTG, and that's also the reason that I don't have any, I'm not in a band anymore, is because I was in my own, I had my own band for a little while. We at PTG have a no pressure policy, so nobody gets any pressure put on them to produce content or to turn up for a race or whatever, to be active within the team if something's popped up, or your real life always comes first. And if I was in charge, loads of people would be like, no, I'm not doing that, this is like a job. I'm like, it's not like a job, because in a job you get paid. Do what you're told. Yeah, it'd just be me on my own. Woo, PTG rocks! Cheers, Russ. It's good to see you, man. I'm not saying I've got any issues with any of you guys on PTG, that's not all what I'm saying, just I'm not the most, like, I'm not the best team player. I expect greatness and commitment, and everyone else is like, mate, it's a game for 5-year-olds. And I'm like, so get training, crack that whip. So I am grateful for the fact that I'm not in charge. Like, if one of my dream jobs would be like a traffic police officer. See the amount of people I would pull over. Nope, you were in the wrong lane at that roundabout. Tizzed. People would not like me. I can imagine. Yeah, exactly. Like I've had a couple of bands, but the first one that broke up, that was mine in inverted commas, broke up because I was pressuring people to practice more because I felt that 2 hours once a week wasn't enough. But not everyone could manage that, not everyone could afford that. And eventually they were all like, right, bye! Exactly! Yeah, I would be too. I once saw this plasterer man, actually about 6-7 months ago, driving down the road. We stopped because a car in front of us had stopped to turn into a junction, and rather than wait, this van with the company's name plastered all over it just drove up onto the pavement and drove around the waiting cars so we could go to B&Q a little tiny bit quicker. Though that's the kind of thing I would be stopping. People on their mobile phones and stuff. Dangerous things. This shape has really transformed this image, or the ease of which it's going together. I've done like all the shading, except for a little bit on the eyes, all the shading with this shape so far. Yeah, 100%. But like in the same respect for the team, it would get to the point where, despite how much I love everyone on the team, it would be like, your mother died? Well, I don't care. We've got Le Mans this weekend, so you better be there. And obviously that's not good for anyone, including myself. So just like a mid-level position is good for me. I'm an admin at the team, but there's still plenty of people above me. And not just in height. Shut up, Rob! It's funny because at work I am not the shortest person there. People ask me to reach for things for them. I am said to be short, but I am actually not that short. I'm average height for a Scottish male. But that's not exactly massively tall. The thing is, right, the people I've met, with the exception of Rob, are all 18 foot tall. And so that doesn't help in making me look smaller than I actually am. But I'm 5'6", 5'7" on a good day, but 5'6". 6'3". Ah, bloody hell! You can go bugger off as well. So there's like a picture of us at Silverstone in 2016, and Coops is 6 foot plus. Elliot Fox is 6 foot plus. Brains is like 9 foot, and then there's little old me at 5'6". And so yes, I get slagged as being the short one, even though Rob is shorter than me. For some reason, the team don't register that. But see, at work, nobody calls me short, and like I say, I reach things for people. He's 5'2", but taller than me. Yeah, that is pretty much the way the team sees it. They all recognise that mathematically he is a smaller person, but that I'm the shortest member of the team. PTG Ducky, when I met him face to face for the first time, he went, "Bloody hell, you are short, aren't you?" Dano, right? I'm really good friends with Dano, really close with him. He's a good friend of mine. He lives near where I grew up, so we've got that kind of affinity there as well. And when I met him face to face in 2019, actually it was, within a couple of minutes, he kind of like come and stood next to me, and actually measured himself up against me just to check that he was taller than me, and he was just a little, like a couple of inches, an inch or two taller than me, and that was enough for me. He did not want to be shorter than me. I do have tall hats. Well, I don't have tall hats. I have caps, so. Like, I can't leave the house without a cap on, without a hat on. A tall chef hat. No, I have a short one, like a just normal chef skull cap thing. But it is said that we're supposed to be getting tall hats. That the new head chef wants us to be wearing tall hats. But also, I'm the only person that wears a hat in the kitchen, which I don't agree with, but it's not my kitchen, so. I don't know. Maybe they keep your head a bit cooler. I don't know. If there is, nobody's told me. Other than keeping hair out of food, I'm not aware of there being a specific purpose. Rob, I nearly told you to go F yourself. Which is not the right thing to be saying on my stream. Yeah, at college, only the head chef had a big tall hat. The rest of us had skull cap hats. But I don't. Yeah, I was told that the new head chef wants us to be wearing hats, and like I'm already wearing a hat. Like no, like proper tall ones. Right? Okay. It's funny because they did the same thing with masks. I had months ago, before the manager left, deputy manager left. She came in and she's like, right, if you're in a public area now, it's compulsory that you need to wear a mask. And I'm like, I wear a mask every area that I'm in. She's like, yeah, I know, but still, if you're in a public area, you need to be wearing a mask. Can you not see that I am already wearing a mask and have been for the last 3 months? Yes, but now it's because I've decreed it, yeah. Before, it was for my own personal comfort and safety, and my wife, she's got a lower immune system and stuff, so I wasn't taking any chances. I'm still not. Yeah, now it's because she said so. It's definitely been good hanging out with all you guys tonight. Really appreciate it. It's not been a great week. Loads of stress involved. Not anything that I can talk about here, but it's good to have you guys to chat to and to hang out with. And as I've said before, this for me is the equivalent of going to the pub and hanging out with my mates. Except it's cheaper. So I want the these are the outlines for the tongue. So I want the outline to be tongue coloured, but I want the middle bit to be black. So I've separated them so that I can change the colour, and I did mix that colour earlier, so that is it there. Probably darken it a little, and then we'll change this middle bit to black. And save, because you can never save too often when it comes to vinyls on Forza. You never know when the game or the Xbox or your internet or something's going to take a dump and you'll lose loads of stuff. Luckily, I tend to lose only about 20 minutes work, because it tends to be about then since I saved it last. So even though I should be painting the tongue, I can't be bothered. What I'm actually going to do is steal that and start painting his body, the veins and muscles and stuff, in basically the same way that I did his head. That's why I'm doing that, because I already know it's nice and easy and not too labour intensive. So I'm actually going to see if I can use some of the existing Forza pieces. So he had lots of veins on show because it's all muscly and stuff, and they look a lot like that and that. I'm gonna flip that way, please. Put that there. Some parts of that are brighter than the others, but it'll be useful as a generic veiny, muscly shape. Especially since it would probably take me about 20 individual layers, maybe even more, to make this shape. Now, so far, I've only added an extra 3 layers. Now, yes, it looks like I'm just stamping the same shape over and over, but you will not be able to see that it's the same shape when it's on the car, when it's all shaded properly. And again, I've said this before, painting is hard enough that any shortcut you can give yourself, you should take it. You can barely even see it on your screen anyway. But it's already starting to make it look, his chest and his muscles look a bit better. And it's all black, but the way the Carnage tentacles are wrapped around him help give him the curves that he needs to represent his muscles and stuff. The Venom movie guys are actually doing a fan artwork competition, but it's digital painting and it's out of my skill set. No, it doesn't work. It has to be entered through their through an approved site. I can't remember what it is. Some creator site. Yeah, there's lots of things like that where if I just had a few more skills that I have, but only in the context of this game, then I could probably do a lot better than I currently do, financially and career-wise and stuff. I wouldn't be cooking bacon and sausages anymore. I'd be creating cool bits of art. But it is what it is. Like I say, I've started my own Patreon page, and I worked it out. If I can get 1,000 people to pay me £3 a month, then no, I would not have to work. Obviously, I'm completely joking. So Forza painting, right? It's a lot of work, right? So I've been at this today 2 hours, 2 hours and 40 minutes if you count putting in some fill that I did before the stream. But I've still got another 3 hours of work to go before this is finished. It's crazy. And you think, oh, I'm not doing that again. But see, within a day or two, 3 maybe, you start getting creative thoughts, images start appealing to you. Oh, I quite like that, that'd look cool. Yeah, that's the thing. Even so, like when you're doing custom text, you've got to build somebody's logo, and they very kindly used the same font that is the standard Forza text font thing, right? So that you don't even have to mess about building the letters, they're all right there. Even that's a pain in the bum. When all you've got to do is type out the letters that already exist, you don't have to build them. Even that is inconvenient. You could always send me the images and I could help you understand where you might start with them. Have you seen my He-Man stuff? I think it's on Forza 7. I don't know if I imported it or not. I did He-Man stuff. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I've got the livery on here. He smelled like a skunk. What were you doing with your He-Man figures? Did you have any siblings that had them first? Yeah, for real. Last year, in January, when the biggest problem in the world was Australia on fire, myself and Fox did a 24-hour stream, and I painted He-Man for Snake Eyes Retro Cartoon Contest. You're kidding me, where are the vinyls? No! It's on Forza 7. Maybe it's just the livery I've got on this. It's on a green charger. Exit without saving. Right, my designs. Green. There it is. So we need to go have a look at, I think it's a Dodge. Yes. Getting car. So yes, I made this to try and, when I raised some money for the New South Wales Rural Fire Service, and we raised £500, I think. A 24-hour painting stream. It was crazy. It was hard work. Yeah, that's shared. But I built it all live on stream. Took me 8 hours to build the cat. Took me 8 hours to build that from start to finish. It is the SRT something. The 2015 Challenger SRT Hellcat. But yes, I painted that in aid of raising money for charity. My first ever 24-hour paint stream. My first and potentially last 24-hour paint stream. Well, I'm glad I can make someone happy. God knows I'm not managing it with my wife. LOL. That's a joke. Looking good, Mr. Venom. No, that's not the right car. But yep, I loved He-Man when I was younger. He-Man, Thundercats, Super Ted. Yep, Danger Mouse. Dad was a big Danger Mouse fan as well. Mighty Mouse. I loved Mighty Mouse. That was when I was a bit younger though, but yeah. Banana Man. Yep. Love Banana Man. But don't say that to Fox because he hates bananas and Banana Man. But yep, I liked Banana Man. Fireman Sam, I was absolutely in love with Fireman Sam. I wanted to be a fireman for a long while until my babysitter explained to me, my very inappropriate babysitter, explained to me that if I was a firefighter I'd have to leave every day for work, saying goodbye to my family, not knowing if I would ever see them again. And I was like 5 when she told me this, so that killed that idea pretty quickly. Well, I do want to say, in our 24-hour stream, I'm the only person who didn't go to bed for a few hours. And also, hats off to Mardag as well, because he pretty much was there for almost the whole thing. I think he had like 3 hours sleep. And then was back joining us again. And also Busty H for delivering me a coffee, or a cup of tea and a cookie from a coffee shop in Dundee while he was in Canada. Yeah, it was. That was really, really lovely touch. 18 hours in and the door goes and it's a cup of tea and a cookie from Canada. But yes, so about 4 o'clock in the morning, Elliot went for a sleep and then came back about 9 o'clock. So I don't call him out on it, but he didn't do the full 24 hours. So I want to reduce that shade a bit, please. Can't see it though, but that'll do. Nope, more. But yeah, we raised a couple of £100. I think it was about £500. And yeah, that was when we thought that was the most pressing concern in the world for 2020, was how badly Australia was on fire. I don't have the Thundercats, but Snake Eyes Freaks does on the Lamborghini Diablo. I think I've got it downloaded. Mask. I didn't watch the series, but I did have a load of like Mask annuals, you know, you get at Christmas and stuff, that would get handed to me, and so I knew a lot about it, but I never watched the actual series. What were we talking about? Thundercats. Lamborghini. So this is by Snake Eyes Freaks. So this is not my livery, it will appear, there you go. I didn't paint this, but I did download it from one of the best painters in the game. I think he did a couple of different versions, but this one was my favourite. But again, this isn't my work. And do you know what? I need a picture of that. There's something that I just saw. Getting car. It does, and it's all single-handedly done by Snake. Does it all. That looks rubbish. I'll get a picture of it outside. He must be very talented. We recruited him. I think we were after him for a little while actually, but he was playing hard to get. I was talking to somebody today about this livery, but I didn't have any pictures of it. So I'm going to take a new picture of it. I'd like to do a Thundercats paint, but it's been done a few times. I was a big Thundercats fan. I was always Lionel when I played it with my friends. I was always Lionel. And I had the entire Thundercats collection on video. I also thought the first ever episode where they landed on Earth was inappropriate because Chitara was naked. She wasn't wearing any clothes. In all the other episodes she was wearing clothes, but in that one she wasn't, and I thought that was inappropriate. So that's the Venom image on the car, approximately where it's going. And then I'm going to take the coils and tentacles that are wrapped around him and totally mask that so that it's the red coming through, the red paint coming through from underneath the car. I will add shading to them as well, so you really won't be able to tell the difference. For example, this is layer masked, so the red part of it is the red paint from the car underneath, and then it's shaded on top of that, so still all the shading's there. It's just the base color that's gone. For example, if I did it, not that one, we'll do his face. So if I did this, you see all the shading still there. Oh, that looks really good actually. A bit more shading and that would be great on its own, would it? Ooh. Now I've got a decision. Do I stick with this image as Venom or do I change him to Carnage? But that's all I did on that image, is that I removed the red part and made it layer mask, so it's the red from the paint shining through. And that's what I've done with the tentacles as well, so they'll all be properly shaded like they are in the image, but it'll be the red paint that provides the colour. And yeah, what I might do is like a unicorn version, different, that's rare, a prize car that is the Venom Carnage on the front. I think that would be pretty cool. See, it just happens accidentally. Like, oh, that's nice. Looks good though. I'm pretty happy with it. And I know what I want to achieve for the top as well. I haven't put it into practice yet, but I know what I want to achieve. And then I'm undecided whether I'm going to put the word Venom 2 on the side or not. In fairness, no worries, man. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight and chatting with us. And yeah, catch you later on. And wish your daughter a happy birthday. Your youngest, I don't know if it's your daughter. But yeah, wish them happy birthday. And you'll notice that at the front it doesn't match up at the moment. But that's just for me as a guide to show me what I'm gonna do. It will match up when it's finished, because I'll need to bring it around the side a bit as well. And I'm probably gonna put a few more like tentacles on the side before it's finished. Let's see what we've got. You might work. Just experimenting with what I can do with this shape. Yep, that works like that. Flip it upside down. Have it coming out like that. See, that's cool. It's backwards on the other side because I haven't flipped it back. This is the side I'm building it on. When you insert all the layers from the other side, it inserts them in the flipped way, and you have to manually go and change them to create them the right way. But there's no point in doing that just now because the side's not finished, and every time I make a change to it, it'll then be out of date and I'll have to flip it and then change it all. So it's like the last thing I do is flipping all the logos on the other side. No worries. You can imagine it's more of an issue when you're doing a real race car livery because it's got 20 logos on the side. You don't want to have to flip them around every 5 minutes. So yeah, it's one of the last things you do. So that is about it for me tonight, guys. You have been great company as always. It's like I've had a really good night. So thank you for that. The paint looks good. We've made some good progress with the vinyl. And the car looks good, but the car was looking good anyway. I don't mean to be big-headed, it was just, it's a good looking car. I had a good looking colour and some black, and you have a good looking livery. For those wondering, this is a custom two-tone semi-gloss red and black. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I will be back next week. Hey Rue, welcome to the stream, man. It's good to see you here. Kanika808, thank you, man. I hope to see you here next week. We'll be back with more painting, and I should be getting this livery pretty much finished about then. So make sure you're about for that. Also, don't miss this week's Forza X McLaren stream on the Forza channel at 7 PM UK on Friday. That'll be pretty cool. And I might hand out some unicorn liveries, some prize car liveries next week on the stream, so make sure you're about for that. You'll get some really rare stuff from me. Until then, I'll be racing on Saturday, so make sure you're about for that too, 7 PM UK. Until then, thank you very much. Goodbye.